Everybody, I'm with Michael Mazur from Newcoast Real Estate. Now, for those who don't know, Michael, congratulations on starting your new shop and going on your own and being entrepreneurial. Walk me through some of the key differences it is, working for yourself as opposed to your former role at an institution. What does that look and feel like for you?
Sure. So I think some of the main differences is we tend to rely on a lot of third-party data providers in a very different way. When I was at a larger company, I had an opportunity to look at our entire portfolio and see how that's performing, and then compare that to the third parties and the different reports out there. Now it's just talking to the folks that are in the space and talking to different managers in the space that are currently there. So it's a lot more relationship driven from people that are not in our organization.
That's such an interesting point. And as a third party data provider ourselves, I go the first to say it that the rental rates we're tracking in the market and collecting from publicly available information are confusing. The ECRIs have made it very difficult to track demand and see what the upside of a deal is. How have you navigated this, like what you said, without the resources you previously had?
A lot more work on the front end, paying close attention to who your competition is, which is easy to do in Radius. And so seeing the seasonality and the trends in rental rates over the past 24 months is helpful, but also being able to see how those markets have performed historically, and those stores have performed historically is invaluable. But it's also a combination of that and just going on the ground more, talking to managers, talking to third party property managers that are there, and trying to gather as much info as you can, because street rates, web rates, effective rates, they're all different. And it's the effective rates that are the hardest to gather, but it's very, very helpful when you have historical data to look at on the web and street rate side to get a sense of general performance in a market.
I think you highlighted something extremely important, which is the value of relationships in this business, right? So it's a people to people kind of industry to get deals over the goal line. Now, if you had to give younger Mike some advice before you started your own shop, what would it be? What is some advice out there for people thinking about becoming entrepreneurial in the self storage space? What's your best piece of advice for younger Mike?
Uh, Stay hungry. Um, Believe in good assets. I mean, I've been blessed. I think self storage is an incredible asset class, and have a really wonderful benefit of being in this industry. And it's definitely challenging starting out on your own as opposed to being at a large organization that has a lot of support. And I feel lucky how much I learned from those other organizations, and I think that's what helped me a lot, the confidence to go out on my own.
Or Mike, wishing you all the best of luck and best of success. You heard it here first, Mike Mazur, New Coast Real Estate.
Thank you so much.